Alright, trying this again because I messed up the audio balance last time. Oh well, hopefully it'll be cleaner this time because I know what I'm doing. Okay, so let's try this again. Hopefully you can actually hear me.
I was really hoping that wouldn't happen.
Sorry, Muppets. Okay,
because there's the hyperdrive counter right away.
It's normal. That's kind of what you'd expect. Really, you're gonna use several attacks from Kefka as soon as he
Fallen one right off the bat.
He should ideally have a menu so that he can wait in the menu here.
Revenger.
Revenger's gotta be the worst thing. Oops. I'm fixing your intro. Sorry about that. I think anybody actually cares. Whatever. It's probably annoying. Just... Yeah, weird. Sorry about that. Okay. No big deal in here. Just gonna wait on...
Buy life 3, but only for a moment.
First thing, your Mime's magic stat is not very high, typically, so Buffa's Cure 3 is not very justifiable here. It won't really allow you to survive anything on its own. Ideally, you would have something like a Mega Elixir, or Hex Potion of Pearlwind, or Wild Bear if you're lucky. Some sort of healing that's better than 1500, because 1500 is too little at this point.
Life 3, life 3.
This is kind of a dicey point.
I am a Muppet of a man.
You can either go offensive and use your Ultimus here when you have the immediate chance to, or you can buff life 3 and then you won't have to do that during Goner phase. Two strategies you can take.
Do one more life 3 on him.
If you got somebody with 8 times fight,
and an
you would
Osmos.
not use life 3, maybe you just go for the win there and have a couple extra Ultimas, just tack on that extra 15k or whatever, so that fixed dice has a better chance of working here, so that you don't need 2 or maybe even 3 Valiant Knife Soul for some folks. Using Osmos
hyperdrive
before
counter's
life 3 is
coming
a huge
up.
misplay because it gets
just physical.
Here. That counter could have been much
Bolt
worse
3.
than it
That's actually good to see.
Thankfully, he didn't really get punished too hard from it. The Cure 3 actually saved him, but he shouldn't have needed it. One thing is, apparently Kefka has to run through his fake Kefka's AI, which is why he used the Bolt 3 there before he actually starts using the heavy stuff. So you really need to deal the damage quickly, as opposed to just buffing up after Revenger or something. You have to play this somewhat aggressively. There's a thin line that you have to walk here between buffing yourself up just to get overwhelmed by Kefka's ludicrous speed, or going ham and getting hyperdrive counter a whole bunch of times.
Everybody's got life 3.
Sweet. Something here. He's thinking. I don't know if he's under quicker or not, actually. It's hard to pay.
I feel like I'm gonna shell.
Oh, yep.
This city will not be victimized by mass crusaders who fart on people at night.
Trying to do commentary.
Ferris, and then cast quick.
And again, he's using Bolt 3 now, but he won't be doing that in the future. Shell is not really justifiable here. Big Guard would be justifiable, Shell's not. And if you're gonna use Shell, you might as well use it as your last spell. If you're using this, you should use your offensive spells.
Do I have it?
If you have 4 spells in a row.
No, I don't. I don't have Big Guard.
Your offensive spells second and third, and then your defensive spell last.
I haven't been able to get a whole lot.
Also, yeah, Lore's a guaranteed command, so if you can stock up on Lore's, maybe. Buffett did a lot of magic point grinding, maybe you could also do some more grinding if you're not
life 3 on Adia?
Often,
yeah, my lores suck, man.
Lores, which you can learn for free. Obviously, our lore catches some hulks and pep up.
Meteor does indeed ignore Shell.
Like Arnuke, if you got your jump with also guaranteed command, jump, throw at Arnuke, and you get stuck.
Here we go.
Our blast will net you big guard, our heal will net you pearl wind, etc. I think he uses 2 3s here. Oh,
Disloyal always roots against me.
So
it's his thing.
Uses life 3 and ultimate. Was that his last turn?
No hyperdrive counter.
Okay, so I think this is what he should have done ultimate Osmos to ultimate a life 3 because now he has to pretty much burn this other spell. So using Osmos or Shell to Osmos only gets him 1 ultima or something, where he could have done ultima to Osmos to ultima.
There's the hyperdrive
and then
counter.
not only have more MP, but not get countered there. And get more damage off. So really think about the order of your spells, it's very important. Use your defensive spell last. Forest does life 3, that's whatever. Good to have people that can't act within quick to use defensive spells, because they can't use offensive spells without risking a counter. So they can play defense. You have the choice. Lar uses quick here. Lar's life 3 is justifiable. Could have substituted an ultima here, but nothing wrong with life 3 instead. And then uses Cure 3. Yeah. Cure 3 with Lara is super justifiable because it actually heals a lot. That's enough to go from 1500 to 2700, roughly, which goes from not really that much HP to
Ultima.
A significant amount.
The end comes beyond chaos. Okay, here's Goner phase, guys.
This is probably the biggest mistake. He has.
There it is. Quick.
He goes for a quick ultima. He should be in menu here during this animation. Not too big of a loss, but he should be in this menu in the menu during this animation as well. Now here, he should just mimic this as many times as he can before Goner shows up. Instead, he goes for the bench point reheal, which is beneficial but not optimal. He really should be taking the opportunity to get as much damage as he can. Actually, I don't think being in the menu mattered after the quick spell. During the ultimate spell was fine, but during the quick animation, definitely misplay.
Mimic this all the way to eternity, yep. There's Goner.
And now he could have inputted some commands there. I think Lockerbie mentions this on the Discord, and he's absolutely right. You can do quick to Osmos, even. That's like literally just free MP.
Only one re-raise. There's Fallen One.
And I think he goes for this Q3. Yeah, okay. This is justifiable. This is a good decision because Varus doesn't have quick and can only get 1 spell off therefore. So Varus cannot attack safely. So definitely good to have Varus always play defensively.
And quick. Revenger. That's going to dispel everything.
Revenger's a problem.
Doink.
He didn't really misplay by having like 3 that got Revenger there. You kind
causes
of
freeze status.
He should be in the menu here. He should definitely be in the menu there. Okay, he goes in the menu there. This is another pretty big misplay. He uses ultimate before quick when he's not in Goner phase. This gets idiot countered. Thankfully he doesn't die because it's not hyperdrive and just not powerful enough. Just ever so slightly short. That could have been a larger punish than it was.
Ultima.
More disastrous consequences. He got lucky there. Should have done quick to Ultima. He does get 4 spells here as a benefit, but I mean, it's not worth it because you get hyperdrive on the guy that just casted Ultima, and you get nothing.
And now I have 2 spells.
Abyssin mentions, anyone tracking damage? This is a good point. M. Carter was helping out.
Anyone tracking damage? I don't think I can do that right now.
If you're in chat and you're not, like, micromanaging the strategy here, it'd be nice if you did a solid for the streamer and kept track of damage, because it's useful to make decisions about whether you're going to go for the win or not. And it's detrimental for the streamer to track it because it just requires too much concentration of additional various strategies that you have to do aside from that.
And then Cure 3, because Goner didn't exactly do a whole lot.
Okay, I believe this Ultima is within quick, and then the Cure 3 after that is justifiable as a defensive spell. Yeah,
and I'm gonna mimic this, actually.
Life 3 is another option. Cure 3 is okay here.
I only needed the one Life 3 backup, actually.
Survive more.
Only one guy died, and that was a
real misplay here because
yeah, Revenger. Never mind, you're absolutely right.
This happens to screw over Buffa quite significantly.
I do need...
Cure 3 is helpful.
Yep, thank you, M.
Not that helpful.
And yes.
Again, Forest is playing defensively. Best move for Muppets there is to just have that happening.
He doesn't know fire.
Having a menu open during that would have been better. You really have to make every frame count, to be honest. He should be out of the menu here. Because they happen to use a fire spell, it's not too big a deal, because everybody else's ATVs are full except Idiot, who dies anyways, so not a big deal.
Oh, good
but
lord.
If he wasn't casting fire here, it'd be better, like, if Kefka wasn't flipping, stop that special instead of freeze.
He double Goners me.
All you can do is wait it out, and you really should be out of the menu so that you wait it out faster, because 2 Goner animations is pretty much the entire stop.
Nah, no rip.
So you just pretty much cured it.
No rip. Absolutely no rip.
Now he has to use the fire spell. I would probably enter and exit the menu until the fire spell actually went off, but I guess it's weird.
This is how I'm going to handle this.
But yeah, at any rate,
that's right, Twitch Master, everything's fine.
Goner was really weak this seed, so...
Meteor, don't like seeing that.
Really
that's intense.
Like,
that's intense.
Been killed except for everything to do with Life 3. Like, everybody who has Life 3 lives double Goner, but everybody who doesn't have Life 3 is dead. Does the run buffer here? This is probably justifiable. I'm not too in the
Gotta keep Life 3 up.
But that was probably helpful there. If you knew Goner phase was coming, it would be best to have Buffa use...
And quick.
Start a X-Magic quick ultimate chain.
There we go.
Chain, and then Forest could hold the menu. If you don't, which I didn't, I would assume you would know that unless you're paying very close attention, then that was probably a justifiable move.
Well, I have to Osmos.
Perhaps could have used Osmos as a second spell instead, because then you'd have the enemy to actually do stuff, as opposed to just having a double Osmos, which is kind of a waste because the second Osmos doesn't heal all that much. Almost
now
as much
I
as
have
the
to
first,
revive.
I guess, but I mean, if you're kind of on death's door at this point, you're probably not going to be able to use all that MP anyways. Another ad.
Nothing is more beautiful than achieving greatness until you achieve it in dynamic 4K.
Love unskippable.
Play on PS4 Pro.
PlayStation. Guys. Let's wait until he takes his turn. If you're expecting a double Goner, or if you're expecting a Goner to a damage inflicting special, then it might be advisable to Cure 3 single target there as opposed to multi-target, because
if he double Goners again, that's actually not too bad.
So
Lara can survive that.
Neither of them can survive two Goners.
I have Life 3 up on those two.
Then one guy
double
will be
Goner is not
screwed, but whatever, it doesn't really matter.
Double Goner is
And
absolutely
the other guy
not
would
ready.
be kind of fine, so... I guess they both have life 3 up, so it doesn't really make a difference, but in the event that one of your characters doesn't have life 3, then
So there's one Goner.
he should definitely... This is the final nail in the coffin here. He should definitely be out of the menus here. Lara should have her ATV full. But she's not going to because it's in the menu.
So Double Goner takes them down, but re-raise.
And then Kefka's ATV can fill entirely while these life 3 animations are going out. It's already full.
I wonder.
Because Kefka is that fast. And that makes it so Lara cannot get a
there's
turn
Meteor.
to cast Cure 3 to survive this Meteor.
That
And that
is
will do
rip.
it. So yeah, just a quick analysis.
Idea
Most
had
important
Phoenix.
things. If somebody
There
can
it
check,
is.
can do streamer assault and keep track of HP. I'm probably not going to because I'm probably too busy micromanaging strategy and whatnot, but somebody else, if you're not contributing to the strategy, it would probably be helpful if you counted HP. Second thing is all the intricacies with Quick, Ultima, and X Magic and Mimic. Kind of master those if you're getting anywhere close to beating your seed, because
guys,
they're
that's
very
damn
important for the
close.
final fight. As I've gone over a couple times.
That's damn
a couple times
close.
where it could have been useful. And finally, stay out of the menus if Kefka is using a turn. Absolutely stay out of the menus all the time if he is using a turn. Because you're just basically giving him free turns.
Oh,
allowing you
Vice
to
Hunter,
double
I
your
appreciate
really,
it, man.
He should be even
I
with
appreciate
you.
it. And guys,
If you're playing active, it doesn't matter.
that's
So
about
Quick,
as
if you
close
get the
as
final
I could
Kefka,
get without
you're just
actually
chilling there.
doing it.
Don't worry about the menus. Doesn't happen to
And
you. Everybody else who's playing weight, though, definitely stay out of the menus when
Kefka did the
using an
finishing
attack.
blow,
Any
yeah.
attack, doesn't really matter. And keep in mind that he might use a second
I'm
attack.
gonna keep
Stay
this
out of the menu
seed.
for that as well. Just be really
I'm gonna
conscious
keep
of
this
it,
seed
because it's very important.
and see if I can actually
Anyways,
do this fight.
that'll be it. So, CS188 out of here.